morning, New Life. My name is Rachel West, and this is my New Life story. My perfect Saturday morning would involve a quad shot on ice with a little bit of oat milk and an apple fritter and hanging out outside somewhere with my kids and my husband and probably taking a nap for myself at some point. That'd be my perfect Saturday. So I grew up in the church. I was born in Portland, Oregon, and 3 years after being born, we moved to Southern California for a pastoring job for my dad. When I was a kid, something happened that really hurt me and caused me to put up a lot of walls, especially towards other people, but it also ended up causing me to put up walls between God and I. I knew that God existed logically. I had a very logical relationship with God, and so I went along with the motions, but I did not feel his presence whatsoever, and I would try to force it. I would try to pray. I wanted to feel the Spirit. I wanted to experience God, and because of those walls, I just couldn't. I was interested in missions from a very young age. I really enjoyed talking to missionaries, learning what they were doing when they'd come visit our church. And so that led me to going to Bible college. My parents went to Moody Bible Institute in Chicago, and I ended up at the Moody Bible Institute Spokane campus as a missions major. I remember calling my dad one day and just being really frustrated and saying, like, I'm doing all of this and I still don't feel God. And it's starting to cause me to doubt whether or not he's here. And my dad kind of just listened and sat with me in it, which was super impactful. And a bit down the road that year, I was in a small group at the church that I was connected with, and we were going around a circle, and we were reading a passage in 1 Peter, and it came to me, and I was tasked with reading 1 Peter 2:24. And the second I read, by his wounds you have been healed, I just started sobbing with this group of people that I didn't know very well. And I had read this passage so many times and never really felt anything. And I can only explain it by the Spirit. And those walls came crashing down. I started crying so much, someone had to drive me home because I couldn't drive my car. With those walls coming down, I felt like I was able to feel a lot of things for the first time since I was a kid. I was able to feel joy, sadness, pain, all of those things on a different level than I had been able to in a long time. So with those walls coming down came a need for doing some healing from the situation that had caused me to put those walls up. And it was in those moments that I really not only experienced the presence of God, but experienced feeling like God wanted to be there to heal me. He wanted to be the presence in my life to help me work through these really hard things, these things that had caused those walls to go up. And so it was scary and vulnerable and hard, but it caused me to feel him, and going through that with him was everything. And so that's when things really changed for me. It's when I feel like people have hurt me or let me down or I can't trust them. God is more than worthy of my trust, and he and I can experience something more beautiful than I could ever imagine when I am fully trusting him. And so that has radically changed my approach to life, my ability to offer my trust to other people because I ultimately know God is in control, and my ability to just be present for others and offer empathy. I think that's happened when I've really opened up and allowed God to lead my life and lean into trusting him rather than holding on to guarding myself from being hurt by people.